7 a.m. A museum dedicated to AFC Wimbledon will open its doors this Sunday. The Greatest Story Room, which will give fans an insight to the history of the club, will be open by the club's legendary goalkeeper, Dickie Guy, and will have a number of current players and head coach and others there to join the celebrations. Let's speak to John Lynch, who is the Vice President of AFC Wimbledon and the founding member of Wimbledon in Sporting History, who helped make this happen. And John joins me on the line now. Good morning, John. How are you?
Good morning. I'm very well, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad at all, actually. I'm doing all right. Let's talk about this museum then. Why should fans visit the museum?
I think we have a very unique history. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to break the formulaic football stadium experience by making it more exciting and more interesting, but also teaching people about where this club has come from and all the challenges and hurdles it's overcome to become the highest ranked fans-owned club in the world.
Incredible stuff. Now, where exactly is the museum? For people who are thinking, I have to go to this, where exactly is it?
Right. Well, we're back in Wimbledon, 30 years after playing our last competitive game. We finally returned home. And it's in Coppermill Lane is the entrance to it. So it's just off Plough Lane, Wimbledon. You go into the shop and then the museum will be evident because it's off of the shop at the stadium.
And when it comes to the museum, John, what are the must-sees that are at the museum, the things that they shouldn't miss?
Well, there's obvious things like the 1988 FA Cup final, which we won. The crazy gang beat the culture club, I believe was the saying. But there's also this rich history, 132 years of how the club started from a poor children's school, how it then broke into various different factions and then came back together after the Second World War. So we're one of the most nomadic clubs in the world. And, you know, we just want to tell people, you know, look, there's this whole history here, and this is what makes us what we are today. And then, you know, we'll be adding to that every year. So it will be a living history. It will be a never-ending story, because at the end of each season, we'll capture what's happened, and then we'll add to that. And hopefully that'll be an exciting journey for people.
Yeah, it sounds really exciting and also really interesting, the fact that obviously there's all of that history there and so much of it as well. Do people need to get tickets, John? How do people, get along to have a look at the museum?
No, it's free at point of entry. We created a heritage charity that would look after all of the artefacts. But there'll also be a virtual online museum, which is being created at the moment. So no matter where you are in the world, you'll be able to take part in the greatest story. We're doing what we call a yellow and blue heritage trail. So there'll be about 100 plaques going out across 3 different counties detailing the history, and they'll all have QR codes on that people can scan, and it will take to the history, and then it will take them to the stadium, and that will all be built into the virtual offering as well.
Incredible, isn't it? That now people can visit no matter where they are in the world. And I know that doors will be opening on noon through till 4 p.m. on Sunday. Are you excited for people to see it?
I'm really excited. You know, in life, I think you don't often get to realise a dream. But for me, as a kid watching the team, my dream was let's bring it all home. Let's bring it together under one roof. And that's happening for the first time ever. So, yes, I am super excited.
Yeah, and you're going to have this launch, and there's going to be lots of people at the launch as well, and there for the celebrations. So that's also something to get excited about as well. And what have fans been saying so far since the news of the museum has come out?
I think the general opinion is like they're just waiting for it to happen. And it is virtually an untold story because it's so fractured and disjointed. People know bits and pieces, but the whole trail and the whole history has never been together in one place. So we're hoping that it will be really, really exciting, but also really educational as well, as to how, you know, a small patch of common ground turned into a professional club, not only once, but twice, having gone full circle.
Incredible. And that's a story that I'm sure many people are going to be finding out. John, it's been a pleasure to speak to you this morning. That's John Lynch, who's the Vice President of AFC Wimbledon, talking all about the AFC Wimbledon Museum, which opens this Sunday from 12 noon, and definitely worth a little look in. I've been Clara Hermit on your early breakfast. I'll be back with you tomorrow.